Welcome to Military Technology Channel. Yaroslav Nad, Slovakia's defense minister, said that a minor former member of the Warsaw Pact was ready to discuss the transfer of 11 MiG-29s to Ukraine. The jets will be grounded in late August, after which the Slovak skies will be patrolled by neighboring Czech and Polish jets. Ukrainian pilots are already flying MiG-29s, so there will be a bit of additional training needed to quickly deploy the Slovak jets. President Volodymyr Zelensky has appealed to Western backers to provide warplanes, but NATO members, led by the US, have so far failed, although they have donated parts that have helped get Ukrainian warplanes back into the air. The small Eastern European nation doesn't have the resources to go it alone in delivering MiGs and will need allies to offer replacement fighters or cash in exchange for providing Kyiv with its planes, Nad said according to Sky News. Each plane is worth about $35 million, Nad was quoted as saying, although that is a very high price for the planes. Slovakia's potential contribution brings Ukraine one step closer to refreshing its fighter fleet, which has been hit hard in 5 months of fighting, as do the pilots who fly it. Kyiv's hopes of receiving 28 MiG-29s from Poland were widely publicized before the plan collapsed after the US said it was not interested in brokering the deal. Such concerns have likely eased now that many countries are sending advanced guided munitions and other weapons that Russia condemns as offensive. Slovakia is relying on F-16 jets from other NATO members adopting the F-35 Joint Strike Fighter and more modern jets to replenish its combat capacity. Ukraine would welcome an excess of Western fighter jets, but training and maintenance requirements will likely not allow the country to effectively field US or European-made fighter jets for months or possibly years. However, no time was wasted in preparing the Ukrainian Air Force to operate the new fighter aircraft. The U.S. Defense Policy Bill 2023, passed by Congress earlier this month, includes plans to train Ukrainian pilots to use U.S. jets. A lot of ink has been spilled about the possibility that the U.S. Air Force could donate the A-10 Warthogs it so desperately wants to divest. The tank-killer aircraft is designed to provide close air support and anti-armor capability in the type of open-field European warfare currently being waged by Russian forces in eastern Ukraine, despite its potential performance against modern Russian air defenses. Near the front line is highly debatable. However, senior USAF leaders left the door open for the transfer of the A-10s to Ukraine last week, but the planes also still require time-consuming pilot training and maintenance.
While Kyiv continued to solicit fighter donations, some of the ground combat systems that Europe and the US had promised began appearing in Ukraine over the weekend. Russian commanders continue to face a dilemma, whether to use offensive resources in the east or to strengthen defenses in the west, the UK Ministry of Defense said. Over 140 days of war, Russian troops fought with high casualty rates and a reduction in their combat vehicle fleet. As many as 300 vehicles, including main battle tanks, armored personnel carriers and wheeled support vehicles, were recently found in workshops 10 kilometers inside Russia. Russia may continue to struggle to extract and repair the thousands of combat vehicles that have been damaged in action in Ukraine, the defense ministry said. Ukraine, with all accounts, continues to hold its own. Ukraine's Ministry of Defense posted inspirational messages on social media to mark the occasion, highlighting Ukraine's resilience, courage and strength in 5 months of Russian failure, hatred and terrorism. The think tank Institute for the Study of War said it was possible Ukrainian forces were planning a counterattack in the Kherson region of southern Ukraine. As of the end of July, there were about 38,000 Ukrainian women, 5,000 of whom were frontline soldiers serving in the army, the Ukrainian Ministry of Defense said. The number of victims is contested on both sides of the conflict. There is some evidence that Ukrainian officials are planning for the hostilities to last for quite some time. Authorities in Kyiv, for example, have launched a program to build bomb shelters near city bus stops where residents can take shelter from Russian artillery and missile attacks. Meanwhile, Russian troops are seen in video footage from a pontoon bridge construction area in Kherson where the existing span has been attacked by Ukraine. The structure would provide Russian logistical insurance for getting materials and troops to Kherson but also provide a potential avenue for retreat. Russia has so far struggled with crossing rivers in Ukraine.